I'm Brianna. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Our practice today will be a gentle to moderate practice. I happen to have for my gear today 2 blocks, and I am sitting on a blanket. Feel free to have on hand anything you might need to make this practice your most comfortable practice. So as we begin, I invite you to find a lying down position. I like to lie down with my knees bent. If you're more comfortable with your legs reached out nice and long, feel free to explore that space as well. Use a moment to shift or adjust. Allow your gaze to soften. Allow your breath to soften. As you begin to arrive into this space, I invite you to draw in a nice big full inhale. Exhale, sigh away. We'll do that one more time. Big full breath in. We'll just use these first few moments to arrive together. Begin to notice any sounds or sensations you may hear from outside your space. Begin to draw your attention to any sounds or sensations you observe within your space. Just notice without any sort of expectation or judgment. It's really just an observation. And gradually draw your attention to any sounds or sensations you may or may not notice within your own physical body. As you begin to check in with your body, I invite you to notice from head to toe how your body may make connection with the mat or supports underneath you. Begin to notice how your body occupies your space. Again, without any sort of judgment, it's just an awareness. From your physical body, gradually draw your attention into your breath body. Begin to notice the quality of your inhales and exhales. And as you begin to settle into the quality of your breath, ever so mindfully, begin to draw your breath deep into the bowl of your belly. You can place your hands on your belly here if you find that tactile feedback of your hands on your belly helps bring awareness as your inhale expands front to back and side to side. And as you begin to deepen your breath, allow each inhale to radiate fully into your entire body. Allow each exhale to soften. Find one place in which to soften, maybe just a little bit more onto your mat. Give yourself permission to be supported by the space that you are creating for yourself. And as we move through our practice, I invite you to hold this awareness of your breath and body, this connection between breath and body. And if it helps, maybe know that we are all breathing and moving together. Yoga is connection. Bring both of your hands to your heart, maybe palms together, or maybe your hands stacked on one another. And from this space around your hands and heart, come into a place of gratitude. And from this place of gratitude, bring to mind one thing that you are grateful for today. We'll just hold this bit of gratitude in our heart as we move through our practice. On your inhale, reach your arms overhead. Lengthen from fingertips to toes, stretch from side to side, front and back. And gently release, hug your knees into your chest. Allow your shoulders, hips, and ribs to soften. Take a knee in each hand and bring some movement into your knees and hips. Maybe your knees go in opposite directions. Maybe they go in the same direction. Whichever direction they happen to go in, make sure you switch directions. Go both ways. Just another breath or so. And release, bring both feet to the mat. Reach your right toes to the sky. So you can hold your leg here. There's a few options. You can hold your leg on your hamstrings. You can reach your left leg out nice and long. Bring some movement into your right foot. Point and flex. Draw some circles with your toes. Go both directions. Big full breath in and exhale. Hug your right knee into your chest. Soften your shoulders and just allow your breath to be full into your belly. And bring your left foot to the mat if it's not already there. Right ankle to your left knee. Gently open up through your right side. And use a moment to even out your hips and side waist. Option to rock your knees from side to side. And one more option to weave your hands through to your left hamstring. Hug your knee into your chest. Just breathe fully. And gently release. Bring both feet to the mat. Pause. Notice any differences between your two sides. And we'll play that on side B. So reach your left leg up to the sky. Again, option to keep your right leg bent. Maybe it reaches out nice and long. Wherever you are, breathe fully. Bring some movement into your left foot. Point and flex. Draw some circles with your toes. One more big full breath here. And exhale, hug your knee into your chest. Soften your belly, hips, ribs, shoulders. And bring your right foot to the mat. If it's not already there, left ankle to your knee. Gently open up through your left side. Reach your arms out to a T. Maybe rock your knees from side to side. option to weave your hands through to your right hamstring, hug your knees into your chest. One side's going to cooperate a little better than the other, so just honor that. Be okay with that. And release. Bring both knees into your chest. Reach your arms out to a T, big full breath in, and as you exhale, lower your knees to the right. Maybe let your gaze shift to the left. Inhale back to center, lower your knees to the left, gaze to the right. We'll do that a couple more times on each side with your breath at your pace. One more on each side. And the next time you find center, pause. And use the next breath or two to make your way to a most comfortable seated position. I like to sit on my blanket. It helps my low back be a little more easeful, and it helps my knees be a little more soft. So feel free to find whatever comfortable seated position works for you. My legs happen to be crossed, but yours can be out nice and long, or even the soles of your feet together, whatever works best. Bring your hands by your sides, and I'm going to mirror you. So inhale, sweep your right arm up, hinge over to the left. And inhale, sweep your left arm up, hinge over to the right. Do that a couple more times on each side with your breath at your pace. One more time on each side. Nice big full inhale. Reach both arms to the sky. Soften your shoulders. Exhale, let your hands touch down behind you. Bend your elbows. Curl your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart to the sky. Big full breath in. Exhale, come back to center. And if your legs are crossed, the option is switch to cross on your legs. One more time, let your hands touch down by your sides. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist over to the right. Just let your fingertips touch down wherever they will. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And twist over to the left. One more time on each side. Inhale, arms up. And release. Inhale, arms to the sky. And twist over to the left. Let your hands reach up to the sky one more time. Soften your shoulders. Exhale, hands touch down behind you. Bend your elbows. Curl your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart to the sky. Gently come back to center. So we'll shift on to hands and knees. I like to place a blanket underneath my knees. It adds a little bit of support. Feel free to add a blanket there if that feels more comfortable. You can always fold your blanket up or your mat over on itself, however you're most comfortable here. And just allow your knees to check in under your hips, your wrists under your shoulders. And with the rhythm of your breath, we'll bring some movement into our spine. So as you inhale, soften your belly, draw your heart, gaze forward and up. Exhale, round your spine to the sky. Draw your gaze towards your belly button. We'll do that a couple more times. Inhale, lift your heart, lift your gaze. Exhale, release. Two more with your breath. At your own pace. One more time. And find center. Walk your hands forward just a step or so. Make some hip circles. So send your hips to the right. Reaching forward towards the bow or the top of your mat. Send them to the left and reaching towards the stern or the back of your mat. Just move with your own breath here. This is your practice, so allow it to be your practice. And we'll pause and reverse, move to the other side. If at any time I'm offering doesn't feel good or feel right, please know that you can adapt, adjust, modify as you need to so that this is most comfortable in your own body. Draw your toes together. Widen your knees as much as is comfortable. Sit your hips towards your heels. Soften onto your mat or support underneath you. Just another breath here. And on your inhale, come all the way on to your knees. Step one foot forward. Curl your back toes underneath. Step your other foot to meet your other foot. And we'll come all the way to stand. And just roll your shoulders forward when you get there. And roll your shoulders back. And open and close your hands. Rotate your wrists. And go the other way. And give your hands just a little shake. And give your arms a little shake. Give your legs a little shake. Give your head a little wiggle from side to side. And then just pause in a place of relative stillness. And just rock forward and back on your feet. Maybe lift your heels, rock back, lift your toes. Notice if your hands are doing the same thing as your feet. And just pause. Notice the distribution of weight between both feet. Are you on one side more than the other? Can you find a place where you're evenly grounded, evenly rooted? Allow your shoulders to soften, reach your fingertips towards the mat. Inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, turn your palms up, soften your heart, soften your ribs. Big full breath in. Exhale, hinge over to the right. Inhale, center, and hinge over to the left. One more time on each side. Big full breath in. Exhale, release. Step your right foot forward. I'm going to turn and face the side here. Right foot forward, left foot back. So allow your hips to be even here, and your feet can be hips width apart. With your hands by your sides, inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. And as you exhale, bend your front knee, bend your elbows. And just pause, make sure you can see your front toes. Inhale, straighten your leg, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend. One more time, inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend. Just pause here. Allow your heart and ribs to soften so we're not in this super back bend. Everything is just centered. One more big full breath. On your inhale, straighten out, reach everything up to the sky. Step everything together, hands to your heart. Big full breath. We'll play that on side B. So step your right foot back. Keep your left foot in front. Allow your hips and feet to be in alignment with each other. Now on your inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your elbows, bend your front knee. Pause, make sure you can see your toes. Inhale, reach and stretch. Exhale, bend. Reach and stretch. And exhale, bend. And pause here. Allow everything to just soften. Find that space between effort and ease. And inhale, reach and stretch. And on your exhale, step everything together. Big full breath. So we'll step our feet out nice and wide. However that happens to work for you. Turn your left toes out to the side. So your feet are perpendicular to each other. Just rock your hips from side to side. Just give yourself permission to let your hips soften to the right side of your mat. So press into your left foot so your whole left side is active. Reach your arms to shoulder height. And as you exhale, reach through your fingertips, your left fingertips. Find a nice long left side. Lower your hand down. Bring your right hand to your hip. Actively open your heart to the sky. Find a big full breath here. Option to leave your hand on your hip, or maybe it reaches up to the sky. Your gaze can be at your fingertips, or at your fingertips, or anywhere in between. One more big full breath here. Root through your feet. Inhale, come back to center. Bend your left knee. Okay, make sure you can see your toes. Bring your right hand to your leg. Sweep your left arm up to the sky. Big full breath in. Exhale back to center one more time. Look over your left fingertips. Strong. Inhale, lengthen, straighten, lower your hands. Turn your feet to face the other direction. So turn your right toes out. Left foot parallel to the short edge of your mat. One more time, rock your hips from side to side. And just let your hips soften towards the left side. Press into your right leg so your whole right leg is active. Inhale, reach your arms to shoulder height. Reach through your fingertips, nice long right side. Lower your hand down to wherever it may go. Left hand to your hip. And just pause and breathe. Option to leave your hand on your hip, or maybe it reaches up to the sky. Nice big full inhale, come back to center. Press into your right leg. Allow your knee to bend. Check in, make sure you can see your toes. Find one place to soften. Bring your left hand to your leg. Sweep your right arm up to the sky. Big full breath in. Come back to center. And straighten your legs, lower your hands. Turn your feet to face the same direction. Step them together. Bring your hands together at your heart. Shift all of your weight into your right foot. Left toes touch down. So find a place in which to focus with your gaze and with your attention. Find your breath. Option to stay, or maybe let your toes lift off the ground. Maybe they touch in at your ankle, your calf, above your knee, wherever they're going to go today. I'll leave my toes touching down. Find your full expansive breath. Your hands may stay at your heart. Maybe they reach up to the sky. Big full breath in. Exhale, release. Bring everything back to center. Pause and notice. We'll shift to the other side. So bring all of your weight into your left foot. Right toes touch down. So again, take a moment, find your focal point. Allow your attention to be drawn to maybe something that's not moving. And option, leave your toes touching down. Maybe they lift on this side. Maybe your toes do touch and goes. Option to bring your foot into your ankle, your calf, above your knee, wherever it's going to go on this side. Find your breath. An option to reach your arms up to the sky. Nice big full inhale. Exhale, let everything touch down. So on your inhale, sweep your arms up to the sky. Exhale, bend your knees, fold forward. And just pause. Maybe take your hands to your elbows, rock out your shoulders, head, and neck. Release your hands, one more big full breath in. And take all the times and steps you need to make your way to a seated position. And when we get there, we'll reach our legs out nice and long. And then if sitting on a blanket is more comfortable for you here, absolutely do that. We'll tuck our right leg into our chest. Or bring your right foot just to the inside of your leg. So there's a few options here. You can stay here. Option to cross your leg over. If you cross your leg over, just make sure your hips and sit bones are even on the ground. And one more option, if it's in your body in practice, to maybe tuck your left foot around and behind. Again, you just want to make sure that your sit bones are even wherever you happen to be. I'm going to keep my leg out nice and long here. And on your inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist it to the right. So bring your left hand to your knee, right hand by your side. You don't want to crank it too far behind you. You just want to leave your hand right by your side so that you can use your breath to lengthen your spine. Allow your exhale to soften into the twist. And just another breath here. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Exhale, release. Reach both legs out nice and long. Just let your hands touch down underneath your shoulders. Big full breath. We'll do that on side B. So tuck your left foot in. So again, options, just walking through them. And leave your foot right here. If it's in your body and practice, cross your foot over your leg. And one more option would be to tuck your right foot behind. Wherever you are, just make sure your sit bones are level and they're not skewed one way or the other. Our whole purpose is to find anatomical neutral, or as close to anatomical neutral as possible in all of these poses. Allow your shoulders to soften wherever you are. Inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, twist to the left. Let your hands come down by your side. Allow your breath to be full. Breathe here. And inhale, reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, release. Reach both legs out nice and long. Hands tucked down underneath you. Big full breath in. Exhale, side away. Bring the soles of of our feet to the mat. Find a nice long spine. Actively draw your legs together so you're almost like there's this zipper between your knees. Big full breath in, and as you exhale, reach your arms out nice and long. You begin to lower down one vertebrae at a time. Find that strength in your center body, that length in your spine, as slow as you can, slow as you can. When you touch down, hug your knees into your chest. And when you're ready, bring the soles of your feet to the mat. Reach your fingertips towards your heels, or you can bend at your elbows with your fingertips reaching to the sky in little robot arms or T-Rex arms. Wherever you happen to be is perfect. And with the rhythm of your breath, press into your feet, lift your hips, lift your spine, allow your knees to stay in line with your hips, and as you exhale, lower down. We'll do a few more with your breath. Inhale, root to rise. And one more time. When you're ready, give your knees a squeeze. And spin your hands around to your hamstrings, reach your heels to the sky. Use just a couple of breaths here. Bring some movement into your feet or legs. If it's more comfortable in your body, maybe you can take your hands, tuck them underneath the small of your back. If you have a blanket you'd like to tuck under there, you're more than welcome. This is your body and your practice, so use the next couple of breaths to make this your own practice. What feels best here? Just another breath or two. One more big full breath in. As you exhale, hug your knees in. We use the next couple of breaths to bring any movement, stretch, or direction that may feel best in your body. Working out any lingering tension or kinks or tightness that may be holding on or hanging out. When you feel as though your practice is as complete as it's going to be, settle into your relaxation form. Maybe you have a blanket tucked over you, maybe there's some pillows or some supports behind your knees. Maybe you like to just be out nice and long. Wherever you are, allow your gaze to soften when you get there. Draw in a nice big full inhale. Exhale, sigh it away. I will guide the first few breaths of our relaxation space. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. You can always pause the practice, pause the video. Give yourself permission to soften into the space that you have created for yourself. Each time you notice your attention begin to wander or drift, allow your awareness to be drawn to the rhythm of your own breath. To these sensations that may or may not be present in your own body. Notice how your body makes connection with the mat and supports underneath you. Notice how your breath creates support within you. Feel free to stay here as long as you like. Whenever you're ready, bring some movement to your fingers and toes. Rock your head from side to side. On your inhale, reach your arms overhead. Lengthen from fingertips to toes. Maybe let go a sigh or a yawn. Hug your knees into your chest. Hold gratitude in your heart for your body as perfect as it is, and for this time that you have given yourself today. And taking all the times and steps you need, make your way to a most comfortable seated position. When you find your space, just bring your hands to your knees. Just notice how your yoga practice resonates in your own body. Bring your hands together at your heart. Lower your chin, draw your gaze inward, come into a place of gratitude. From this place of gratitude, bring to mind one more thing that you are grateful for today. On your inhale, sweep your arms overhead, palms together. Honor yourself, those around you, and your yoga practice. Exhale, hands to your forehead, that your thoughts may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. To your lips, that your words may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. And to your hearts, that your actions may bring peace to yourselves and those around you. Thank you so much for sharing in this practice with me today. I hope you have a really beautiful day. Namaste.